Hi everyone, welcome to Stogie Geeks News for March 11th, 2016. I'm your host, Paul Asadorian, joined on the lines via Skype by Will Cooper. Welcome, Will.
Greetings, Paul.
I love the set that you have behind you. I like the bookcase set. It's very nice.
The only problem with it is it's a non-smoking room.
Right, you need to fix that problem.
I got to work on that.
You got to work on that.
I have a plan.
First up in the news, the Avo 90th has been announced.
Yeah, Avo's 90th birthday, March 22nd. Big occasion. No surprise that there is a cigar for that 90th birthday. They're incorporating this cigar into the classic covers theme that they introduced last year. So what they do is they pick an Avo blend and they cover it, where they take some of the tobacco and then they use that and put some other tobacco in it. And this year, for the Avo 90th, which is also being called Volume 3 of Classic Covers, it's covering the Avo XO blend.
Ooh, nice. That's one of my favorite Avo blends, actually.
It really is one of mine as well. It's so I don't know how this is going to come out in terms of the blend. That was a milder blend. Now, it's going to use a Habano 2000 wrapper from Ecuador. It's going to use a Mexican San Andres binder. And it's an all-Dominican filler with San Vicente, Piloto Seco, and Corojo Olor, and Criollo Seco in the filler. It's going to be a 6x54 Toro. The other kind of cool thing is that this is going to come in a package shaped like a phonograph. And the tray where the cigars rest in, once you're done smoking them, you can reuse it as an ashtray.
Interesting.
Yep.
It's a pretty cool ashtray.
It is. It is. So that's kind of cool. It looks like it's a plastic. It's a plastic one still, but it still looks kind of cool.
And these are going to be widely or not so widely available at your local retailers.
They are going to be. You should be able to find them in your local retailers. They are going to be limited to 3,500 boxes of 18.
Okay.
Usually the Avos, they're not hard to get your hands on, but once they're gone, they're gone.
Gotcha. CAO Flathead Steel Horse has a line extension called the Handbrake.
Yeah, I'd actually have two, Handbrake and Roadkill.
Nice. I like the Roadkill name. I don't know if I want to smoke something that says Roadkill. That sounds kind of weird.
Exactly.
The packaging does look pretty cool, though.
It is cool because the cigars come packaged in a spark plug box. So Flathead is a cigar that last year got a very high rating for CAO. It was a box pressed cigar with a very flat head. It got number 3 cigar of the year. Steel Horse is an offshoot of that. So when Flathead was introduced, it was introduced for the automotive industry. And when Steel Horse was introduced, it was meant to be something to complement the motorcycle industry. Steel Horse is a different blend. As opposed to a box press, it's a rounded cigar, but it has a very signature flat cap, kind of what, if you remember what that Neanderthal has, where you want to kind of use a razor blade or a scissor to cut that off. So they've introduced 2 new sizes, Handbrake 4.5 by 50 and a Roadkill a 5.5 by 54. And that joins the Ape Hanger, which is a 5.5 by 58, and a Bullneck, which is a 6.5 by 66. So they're going a little smaller with these cigars.
Excellent. And it's got a Connecticut Habano Grueso, which is a proprietary wrapper to CAO?
Yep, proprietary wrapper to CAO, Brazilian Arapiraca binder, and Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Dominican filler.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, I've smoked these. I smoked the Ape Hanger, which is the 58, and it's a nice cigar. So I think the packaging looks really cool on these as well.
Awesome. In some interesting news from Villiger.
Yeah, Heinrich Villiger, the longtime CEO, has stepped down as CEO. He's going to remain as chairman. Now, Villiger is a big cigar company in Europe. I mean, they're one of the biggest companies in Europe. They mostly made their reputation in the machine-made end of things, but they have been getting into the premium cigar industry over the past 7 or 8 years. Heinrich actually has been with the company since 1950.
Wow.
And he's actually remaining with the company as chairman. So he's been there over 65 years.
So this is more like a retirement rather than a CEO being pushed out.
I think so. Obviously, I think it sounds like it was on his own accord. And typically, when you see a CEO leave, he'll maintain that chairmanship role for some time, and then eventually the CEO will succeed that person as chairman right now.
Gotcha.
But it's so very it's very interesting. Like I said, you don't often see that happen in the industry as far as someone with a company for 65 years. Now they brought in a guy named Robert Suter to be the new CEO, and he is someone outside the Villiger family who worked for a holding company as a CEO beforehand. So that is another interesting move worth watching. And Villiger's going through some restructuring right now on the U.S. end as well.
Excellent. Viaje and Quesada have partnered up on a project called Juntos.
Juntos.
Yes.
Juntos.
Forget that that's a J when we talk about cigars.
Exactly. So Viaje 2 years ago introduced the collaboration series. Their first collaboration was with Casa Fernandez in 2014. Last year they did the 2015 collaboration with PDR Cigars. They're both companies that Viaje has a production relationship with. This Juntos is actually the 2016 edition, but Cigar Aficionado reported that there was a trademark issue, and thus the name had to be changed. And so that's Juntos, which means together. Kind of a different move for Andre because, as I mentioned, PDR and Casa Fernandez are factories I think he was more familiar working with over time. This one's kind of a whole new factory for him. It's going to be really cool. They're going to actually, the article in Cigar Aficionado, who I want to reference, give credit to in the story, they're going to be packaging this cigar in two interlocking tins, kind of stacked together in a canister. One tin's going to have a Torpedo cigar. Another one's going to have a Toro cigar. Blend is going to be mostly Dominican Negrito for the wrapper, Dominican Criollo for the binder, and a Criollo 98 and Nicaraguan Lajero in the filler.
Excellent. That looks like some pretty cool packaging.
Yeah, and actually, I know you haven't spoke the 2015 collaboration. I have to get you that cigar. He's done a great job. These collaborations have been some of his best cigars, and they're going under the radar. So I love Quesada stuff, so I'm looking forward to it myself.
Excellent. Well, that concludes the Stogie Geeks news for this week. Make sure you check out our regular Stogie Geek show at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays, all the way up until May 9th, where it'll be on at 6:30 Eastern Time every Monday. Make sure you check out StogieGeeks.com for a complete archive of all of our shows and cigar-coop.com for all of the latest cigar news and reviews. Thanks, everyone, for watching.